It's Mad Men Sports. Diamond Dave is in the building along with Zach, myself, Jake, and we are brought to you by Pizza Amore. Two wonderful locations, one on Payne Avenue in North Tonawanda, the other Grand Island Boulevard in Grand Island,
The
New
wood
York.
fire away.
Make sure to be on the lookout for their food truck. I think they're at the Erie County
Erie County Fair is over.
Oh,
But they'll be everywhere this fall.
oh my God!
You name it, they have 3 trucks. You name it,
Three trucks.
They're out there.
Did you guys go to the fair at all?
Gosh darn! Absolutely not. But you did to grab Pizza Amore.
This world isn't fair.
How was it, Dave? It was good, right?
It was. It's always good.
Oh my God!
It's the
you're
wood
right.
fire away, damn it.
The wood fire way.
Speaking of the way, this is the way. We got the Buffalo Bills. Wow. 10 straight preseason wins. Does it matter?
Does it matter? Not at all.
Down.
Do you think it has anything on the culture?
I think if we look back to Buffalo Bills past, they weren't winning any games.
I think it would've been
Preseason
concerning if they
or
lost.
not.
Hold on.
Cicadas.
You can hear it in the mic. This is good vibes.
leave.
Here. Let's cut this if anyone wants the ringtone. Hold on. Or if Dave tells a joke. Clip that. All right. So, Dave, you don't think it matters on the culture at all? Winning in preseason.
If they lose, I think it does. But I think that Josh Allen knocked it on the head. I don't know if that's the right thing.
It's going to be. If it wins, it doesn't matter.
It's going to be a very hard day for Brandon Beane to make some cuts.
I think that this is
A
the
lot of
deepest
talent.
Buffalo Bills team I've ever seen in my lifetime.
Mine too, and I'm older than you.
Gosh darn. Not by much.
I'm
What are
also
you,
older than him.
28? Yeah.
I'm not going to reveal my age.
Yeah, you're 28.
He's well into his 30s. Let's be fair.
Jeez, leave the boy
Nothing
alone.
wrong with that.
You're legally not allowed to ask.
What?
Yeah.
Is that HIPAA?
What are you calling me?
A hippopotamus.
No, we got some great ideas going on
You're
here.
majestic.
Now, Dave, they got to get rid of, 3-4 right now?
Diamond Dave.
3 or 4 players?
I don't know, actually.
Let's say 3 or 4. Who's your 3 or 4 that leave today? You taking a
Oh,
linebacker
God
out?
damn it. I don't know.
Oh my God.
It's a tough.
This is a Christian podcast.
A hawk.
It's a tough decision, 100%.
The punter hawk.
Do you
See ya.
do you think Brandon Beane knows?
I don't think he has a clue.
I think this is the easy cuts. Hard ones will be Saturday afternoon.
I think he's got 10 guys on like a whiteboard and he's throwing like a dart, and those are his 3 to 4 guys.
I hope he doesn't hit the
Here,
Singletary.
speaking of 3 or 4 guys here, let's go in the other way. We're coming up in 2 weeks, maybe less than that at this point, where we are going to have to make some drastic cuts, like David mentioned. Who are your 3 to 4 players that you want to try to sneak out of the practice squad that don't think are roster ready, but maybe our practice squad needs?
Can we each pick one?
No, we're all
You're
gonna
gonna go 3.
Are you gonna go first or am I gonna go
Jake,
first?
you go first.
Jake, you go first.
I have Isaiah Hodgins. I have
Practice squad, okay.
Matt Barkley. I have Blackshear.
And do you have a 4th? Very offensive heavy there.
Spectre. The linebacker.
Dave, are you ready or you want me to go?
I'm ready.
Shoot for the
I
stars.
think Blackshear is an easy one for you. I do think he'll get picked up by another team, and I
The
think
new
there's
Antonio Williams.
I think there's a surprise he could make the team.
The new Christian Wade.
Benford, the cornerback. I think the cornerback position is so tight right now that he is
Tight.
either going to make it or be on the practice squad, one or the other. But another guy that could get picked up by another team.
Correct.
And-
All of those things could possibly happen. He could make the team, he could go on the practice squad, or get picked up by another team.
And the other one's Kumaro.
Touchdown Jesus.
Yeah, I don't really know. I know he's got the special teams thing. He can also play receiver, but it's just so. This guy is a madman. It's just so deep right now that I think Kumaro's could be a guy that makes the practice squad. I think he's a bubble guy right now.
You don't think that if he gets to with the current state of the Green Bay Packers, with how much Aaron Rodgers has loved him in the past, if he goes to waivers, you don't think the Packers try to make a move for him?
Well, I think that's another conversation. Is there a guy that could be traded on the Bills right now?
Let's talk about this. Let's talk historically. This is the 3rd season.
Will I be able to get my 3?
Yes, this is
go
the
ahead.
3rd season. Jake Kumaro has been with the Bills, correct?
Yeah, correct.
Going into the 3rd.
The COVID year, so
2020, 21, and then
this is
now
his
22.
third season. Okay.
He's been on the active roster his whole time he's been here, correct?
That is accurate.
Yeah, 100%.
What has changed for him to not be on the active roster?
He's a phenomenal.
I think he
special
took a
teams
step
player.
back last year.
I think he's just
I feel
a
like
numbers game with him.
there's a possibility.
Shakir
He had a
has
touchdown,
Shakir came on.
maybe.
Isaiah Hodgins is doing what we expected him to be doing. I do think it's either him or the guy we got from the Jets,
Crowder. I think he's a lock.
Crowder. I don't think Crowder's a lock, but I don't think Crowder is going to be practice squad. I think it's just going to be an outright cut. Or, like I was trying to say, and Zach will get to his 3, we are a very good position to be a target for some trades with Kumaro, Crowder, one of our, maybe Zach Moss. I don't know. That's another conversation.
Let me clear my throat here.
Heck, what do you got, buddy?
Let me jump in on a couple things that we've spoken about without me jumping in. The Kumaro thing. I think that the mystery of Kumaro has faded. I think 2 years ago, you didn't know what he was. Aaron Rodgers loved him. Doctors hated him. It was that whole thing, okay? People wanted Jared Kumaro.
Jake.
Jake Kumaro. I feel like it should be Jared, too. Jake
I'm
Kumaro.
okay with
Excuse me.
Jake.
I feel like people were wondering what Jake Kumaro was all about. They were calling him Jared. They were calling him Jonathan.
No one called him that.
Everyone's saying, what is Jake Kumaro about? See, I forget about my buddy Jake here. You kind of look like him for what it's worth, without the hair.
Need longer hair.
I can grow out now.
Last year, he
I am Jake
tried to
Kumaro.
step in more of a role towards the end of the year with Davis out, Cole Beasley playing on a broken leg. Towards the end of the year, they needed someone to step up. He didn't step up. He is, however, a fantastic special teams player. So I think the mystery of Jake Kumaro is revealed. He's a special teams player. I don't think he's got an offensive prowess that is worthy of an active roster spot for that. Now, is there someone that can take up one of his bevy of special team snaps? Or is he still warranting those? That's something they'll have to decide. I think there's something there with his special teams that, okay, do I keep him or do I move on? Benford, I think, has the chance to start week 1.
Ooh,
Agreed.
Ouch. Really?
Yeah.
I think it comes down to him or Elam for that second QB 2 spot or cornerback 2 spot.
So you're pretty much penciling and White not ready week by week 1?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
If he's not, he hasn't practiced.
He's
And there's
probably
only
not.
2 weeks left. So if White is not ready week 1, Dane Jackson is a lock. And then it goes CB2 is Kyer Elam, Christian Benford. That's what it's down to at this point.
Yeah. And all right, would we expect them to rotate?
No. You get out there, you get into a rhythm. You learn your wide receiver. You start getting into his head.
I respect.
We don't rotate cornerbacks. We rotate DNs.
You never know.
I
It's
do.
2022, baby.
Jamison Crowder,
You have to be mean.
I
about
think, is locked into the spot. I wasn't.
it. A little bit, but that's fine. Keep going.
I think Jamison Crowder's locked into this team.
I
and let
hate-
me tell
What
you
has
this.
he shown you?
I hate that.
He
Nothing.
doesn't have to show me anything. I don't make the decisions around here. However, I'll tell you this. I'll go a step further. There was a play that Joe Biscaglia picked out and put in his report today that when Diggs came out of the game, to kind of prove, if there was an injury, what do? It was Davis on the outside, McKenzie on the outside, Crowder in the slot.
Mm-hmm.
I think that they now have 2 people they trust to have 2 slot guys. I don't think you need, I feel like everyone's trying to square peg this whole wide receiver thing where I got to get either McKenzie the ball or I need to get Crowder the ball. The 2 can't coexist. I think they can coexist. And I think you can get a lot out of that situation. Because if there is a situation where Davis gets hurt, knock on wood, Diggs gets hurt, knocking on wood here, you need to have a backup plan. They may be your backup plan.
Yeah, if Davis gets hurt, we have a very short, and I mean that.
Outside receiver, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Crowder. I think Hodgins has outplayed Crowder. I am not at every training camp or actually anything,
have been.
but practice. I just think Crowder missed a lot of time with injuries.
Okay.
Hodgins has surpassed him.
For our 3rd straight show, let's do it. Who are your 6 to 7 wide receivers? Diggs, Davis, McKenzie, Shakir. Those are the 4 that all of us can agree on without a doubt. There's 4.
5 is Hodgins.
I disagree.
Can we find another one to agree on flat out? Or are there
Jake
3 to
Kumaro?
2 spots that are
I
wide
just
open?
feel like Crowder's overrated. I think he's
And
just a name.
he's allowed to be.
he doesn't. How is he a name? If anything, he's just productive.
He doesn't.
I would
have to
say
show us
Hodgins, and in this scenario, probably Kumaro stays at the 6th one because the 5th receiver doesn't usually play; he's usually inactive. The sixth receiver is usually a special teams guy, so you usually start 4 receivers. Also, another factor is what do they do at tight end? Are they going to go 2 tight end sets? I don't think so with what we've seen. I don't think anyone.
I think Crowder
and
has
is Knox there week 1. That's another conversation.
I think Crowder's on this team.
I agree.
And the closer we get to the beginning of the year, I think Quentin Morris has an interesting spot.
Where
in
is
this
he
whole
from?
thing. The practice squad the last 2 years.
Who was on practice squad last year?
Yep. I think the closer we get to week 1, Quentin Morris has an interesting factor into this whole thing.
Hey, who are your 3 to 4 players that could make the practice squad?
I might have revealed my hand there.
You could say Nick McLeod.
I think Morris is definitely an option for one of my 3 that I don't think is ready for the roster at this time, but I need on my practice squad long term. My second one is Matt Barkley. I think that's a guy you want to try to keep in, find a way to keep him here, stick with the gelling you have here.
For continuity's sake.
My third is
Josh Allen.
I got a tough one here.
I say Hawk, Matt Hawk.
Nope.
We can give you a drum roll. Maybe. Do we have a drum roll?
Really making this suspenseful. Are you not ready for the question?
That's what are you doing?
My third, I don't know. I honestly, maybe I don't have a third, but I guess to keep with the theme, I think you try to throw in a Hodgins.
Damn.
Well,
Good pick.
I was going to say back to the receiver
You
thing
like
real
that?
quick is James Cook could also be a receiver.
But you don't want him to be.
You got running backs. You got 4 running backs. Your 4 running backs, hands down, Cook, Moss, Singletary, Gilliam. You can find the 5th, probably Tywan Jones. Do you think they'd keep 6? Not a chance in my eyes. Who impressed you the most after the preseason game, Jacob?
Who impressed me? Shaq Lawson.
Really?
There were some questions.
Unbox that.
I mean, obviously, no one's expecting him to make a huge impact this year, but I thought he made his presence known basically every every play he was out there.
David?
100% Zach Moss.
Dang! A whole bunch of 1-yard runs.
Yeah, why do you say that?
No, he didn't have a whole bunch of 1-yard runs. He had 2 1-yard touchdown runs.
Yep.
He just, to me, he looked like their best running back. And he looked like our best running back all preseason so far.
Man, he's got the hottest takes.
This guy is a madman.
Damn.
We don't cut corners here.
I am just a big Zach Moss
Really?
fan.
I mean, Devin Singletary lit it up yesterday. James Cook played extremely well. And Zach Moss.
They look good, yes. I'm
Had
not going to
2
say he lit up
1-yard
against
touchdowns.
backups.
Who-
He
who-
looked good. Singletary looked good.
Singletary looks steady.
I'm just
I didn't
very
need him to
impressed.
tear the world apart.
Zach Moss was inactive for that game last year. Everyone thought he was out and down. I see reports now that the Bills are going to run with a 3-back system. Zach Moss is in this shit. Like, he's not going anywhere. I think he's very secure, and I think he could. There's going to be a 1-2 punch, and he could be 1. He might be 2.
I think that this offensive line is the best we've seen it under McDermott.
Yes.
I think hands down our offensive line will shake trees.
Year 1, right? Richie Incognito,
They were okay.
Courtney
I think this
Glenn.
one will surpass
Eric
that.
Wood.
Eric Wood.
This one will surpass
That's
that.
saying something.
He had a good running game, so those guys look better than they were probably.
Maybe.
It's always easier to run downhill than to pass block.
Yeah, whatever. I don't know.
Blackshear averaged 11.6 yards per carry. Duke Johnson, 6.1. Devin Single, 9.8. James Cook, 9.5. Zach Moss, 4.8.
No, horrible.
I think James Cook is the one that surprised me the most. He didn't look fantastic. He's a second-round pick. Didn't look fantastic in his first active Bills game. This one, he looked like he was fitting the bill. He looked impressive. He got the ball. He moved the ball. He had 1 catch for 12
Very
yards.
quick.
I'm going to say something out of pocket here.
What do you want to say really quick?
He's going to be the number 1 back by week 11.
I think sooner.
Why week 11?
I don't know.
He thinks that's the appropriate amount of time. I think he has a chance to go to be even sooner. He looks like he could shake trees.
He is fantastic. You sent me the video on Twitter today of every touch that James Cook had. Looked out of this world. Looked really good.
How much time we at right now?
I have no clue.
Okay. I'm going to do a vibe check because I think we should start doing this from every podcast until week 1.
All right.
Dave, I know what your feelings are, but I want to hear them. O.J. Howard making the team, not making the team.
He had a touchdown.
Not making the team.
Jacob?
Making the team.
I think he's making the team. All right, let's do this again. Raheem Blackshear. Dave, making the team, not making the team.
I want him to, but not making the team.
He's not going to be on the 53-man roster.
Okay.
Agreed.
All right. Jamison Crowder. Jake?
Yes.
Dave?
No.
Okay. How about this one? Terrell Dotson. Jake?
No.
Yes.
I think Bernard will be the third linebacker.
If anything, I think it's Spectre over Dotson.
Spectre will make the team.
That's interesting. He's having a decent back-to-back games. I think
Special teamer.
Bernard is the third linebacker. He is more athletic
He's so small.
than A.J. Klein was. And I think that if A.J. Klein was more athletic, they would do more three linebacker sets last
He's
year.
225. I obviously, and honestly, haven't watched too much tape on him, but he's got to be stellar in coverage because outside of that, it's tough for him to compete.
With the starting defense yesterday, he was the third linebacker, and they took out a corner at most times.
That makes sense.
I think he is going to be in the fold for a starting position on this defense for some games.
Is that your Travis Kelce killer?
Terrell Bernard, my Travis Kelce killer. Hopefully, Travis Kelce never dies in football.
Obviously not. What I
Taron
mean.
Johnson's still the Travis Kelce killer.
Well, if you look at the playoffs the
I
last 2
did.
years,
Who
brother,
is?
Who is?
Taron Johnson.
When?
Yeah,
He's only 6'1". He's
that.
not.
Look at there.
Death by paper cuts.
Oh my god.
Taron Johnson. The fifth time we play each other, that's when I will beat you.
You would just assume with the speed he has and the physicality of his position, you would think that he's primed to be able to neutralize tight ends.
I think he might be more of a downhill linebacker.
That's tough to do at 225. He's 6'1", you said?
Yeah, he's got 7 pass defense in his college career. He's got 3 interceptions throughout 4 years, but he's got 16 and a half sacks through 4 years. 31 and a half tackles for loss. This guy's a gamer, I'll tell you that much. He's third-round pick. Listen, they have plans for him as a third-round pick. You know how much the Bills love third-round picks.
Yeah. Does that mean Matt Milano's not getting another contract?
No,
'Cause he's not-
Milano's
locked
just
up
resigned.
long-term.
Edmonds is the one you should be worried about.
Yeah, but there's no fucking shot that he's going to play middle linebacker.
Maybe they don't have a middle linebacker.
Respect.
To be fair, they have a tree at middle linebacker, and people hate him.
He's
He's
24
polarizing.
in his 5th year of the
Because
league.
he has high expectations for his age and talent, and hasn't done it yet.
For some,
Wrong.
he's got 100 tackles every year he's been in the league. I don't know
2
what more.
playoff or
Most
Pro
middle
Bowl appearances?
linebackers do,
Wrong.
Good. Then he's doing what he's supposed to be doing. I don't know why everyone hates on him.
because you're not going to pay him as a top 5 linebacker if he's just doing what everyone else is doing. That's why.
I'm
If you
not sure
put
that
his
he
stats
expects
against Luke
that.
Kuechly's stats, you'd be surprised.
Even Darius Leonard.
Darius Leonard's on a whole different playing field, and I will go to the grave that he is the best linebacker in the league. Dave, do you think Luke Kuechly
I
and
just pulled that name out. of my
Tremaine
ass.
Edmonds have comparable stats?
I don't know. No, I don't.
Who do you think would be ahead on that?
Luke Kuechly is probably a top 5 linebacker of my lifetime.
Your lifetime.
Oh, this is going to be awkward, though.
Yeah. Per game, because you got to be fair. Tremaine Edmonds is right on par for everything. He's got 1 less tackle per game than Luke Kuechly. How many quarterback hits do you think Luke Kuechly had in his career?
I'm not too familiar with the Carolina Panthers. So I don't know.
31. Tremaine Edmonds has 15 right now. I mean, Luke Kuechly, how many sacks do you think he had in his career?
He wasn't a sack guy. He was a run blocker, run stopper.
Yeah, he had 12 and a half sacks. Tremaine Edmonds has 5.5.
Damn. And this guy's only 24.
Yeah. I mean, their stats are dead on for the third of amount of games he's played comparatively. Listen, Luke Kuechly, completely different beast than Tremaine Edmonds. I'm not trying to make a case that they're the same, but maybe this defense doesn't have a middle linebacker. That is what everyone thinks a middle linebacker should be. Maybe it's much more milder than what everyone thinks it needs to be.
Bills fans expect.
And maybe Tremaine Edmonds needs to have come correct with a team-friendly deal for
He
his
missed a
long-term.
big tackle in the last preseason game. He misses tackles constantly.
It's the preseason.
Still,
I think you
I'm
put
not
a
worried
little
about
too
it.
much stock in the preseason.
watch the
I don't care if
Chiefs
he got,
game.
I don't care if the Bills got dog walked in the preseason. Stay healthy. Did you want him to get hurt?
stay healthy. Yes, I agree. I don't
you
think,
want him
I
to
don't
get
even
hurt?
think he should be playing. He's definitely our top 3 best defender on our team. I'm not
Defender.
saying he's not good.
I don't think he's top 3.
This guy is a madman.
I don't think he's top 3.
He's a madman.
You think he's the best?
On the team?
I don't think he's the best linebacker on the team.
I don't. You just said you think he's top 3.
Defender on the team.
I don't think he is. Poyer,
You don't?
Hyde, at White, Von Miller,
Oh, yeah.
Ed Oliver.
I think Hyde, Milano, and Edmonds.
No, Trey White?
Oh,
Trey White
This is
was
getting-
injured last
This is
year.
getting weird.
not Von Miller.
He hasn't played yet.
Yeah, I think he's,
Fucking last year.
I think he's gonna be good.
this is getting weird.
It's not getting weird.
I don't know what's going
Do you guys see the top 100?
Yeah,
I
I
have
haven't
3
seen-
Bills on it so far.
So it's Micah Hyde, Jordan Poyer. Who's the other one?
Von Miller.
Oh,
Do you think-
just out of 100. I thought you meant tonight.
Allen top 5?
Do you think that there will be more Bills on this list?
Yes, of course there's going to be more
Yes.
Bills.
Of course, there's more Bills on this list.
I
There's
think
only
we
30
see-
unveiled.
I think there's
unveiled
3
players.
more Bills.
3.
Stephon Diggs.
I think one will
Josh
surprise
Allen.
you.
Stephon Diggs, Josh Allen.
Tremaine Edmonds.
No. Deion Dawkins.
What a troll.
I think Deion Dawkins will be on the list.
I'm going to say it
Trey White would be my third, if any. If any.
Trey White didn't play last year.
wrong.
He missed.
He had like 4
5
interceptions.
games.
He's not going to be on the list.
He missed 5 games. He played most of last year. He got hurt in week 12.
Thanksgiving?
Yep. Damn. I was trying to eat my turkey with COVID, and believe it or not, that left the worst taste in my mouth, not the tasteless food.
Dave.
We recording again this week? Tuesday or Thursday, Dave?
I cannot Wednesday, so Thursday is good for me.
Tuesday or Thursday?
Thursday. Definitely Thursday. Can't do Tuesday.
We'll be out Friday, right?
Yeah.
Our next show will be out Friday, and then following that, we'll be out on Monday.
Yeah.
Big one next Monday.
Drop a comment on who do you think will make the next round of cuts. Stop at Pizza Amore for some wood fireway pizzas, and have a great rest of your week.
Love you. Go Bills.
Bills Mafia, let's ride.
I'm going to cut that out.